Edo must be ours. The siege results in a staggering revelation for Bruce. The nearby UESUGI clan have plans for aggression, so it's time to strike into the very heart of their territory. A rare sighting, a Takeda army with over 600 troops is spotted close to us. They even decide to provide some greatly appreciated support. But the UESUGI fight back with massive armies on the horizon. Hello and welcome back to Shokuho and the Dreams of Legends submod, and we're here at Edo once again because obviously in the previous episode we kind of tried to one-shot it. Unfortunately we didn't get particularly lucky. It wasn't really anything to do with luck, more likely it was just... well, it was just not very good. It just wasn't going to happen. There were just too many enemies and I was getting... I was getting shot from pretty much every single angle. And it was very, very difficult to stay alive, especially with the polearm usage. Yeah, polearms, surprisingly, because of the crush through blocks mechanic that they now have, it does make a significant difference to your overall survivability. It's actually quite surprising that you would have something like that happen, right? Because you'd think, oh yeah, you know, polearms, they're not going to be particularly good in infantry combat. And yeah, you'd be right most of the time. Yes, actually, they're not very good in infantry combat. However, with the addition of this new statistic, this new attribute that they have, it's actually remarkable how good polearms can be. It actually results in them being so effective that they are, in fact, able to do so much damage that you will just take unavoidable damage. That's the whole point. It's completely unavoidable. No matter whether you are... well, to be honest, yeah, you can block, you can try to block, and it does reduce the damage quite significantly, of course. I mean, you know, most of the time, I think it's like, what, 50%, maybe 25% of the damage will just continue to go through. But the one thing that we have to realize here is that actually the main thing is that because it's technically unavoidable unless you can obviously dodge it and stuff like that. I mean, obviously dodging is going to be one of the main ways that you can avoid it, because most of the time they are only going to thrust. They can only thrust forward. They cannot do anything horizontally or anything like that. So most of the time you can dodge it. If you're quick enough, you can go left and right and all that stuff. And you can see here Bruce is kind of light on his feet. As you can see, he's got that really nice little nice little shimmy animation right there. It's actually quite funny to see that happen. And otherwise, we're just going to hold position once again. Just going to hold position right here. We're just going to see what happens, because I'm very sure that the enemy will not be coming out here that much. We did have to rest quite a bit, and unfortunately the enemy, yep, as you can quite clearly tell, they will not be coming down. Oh, actually, will they? Will they? No, that group of archers doesn't seem to really want to be coming down here, so I'm not surprised. But yes, as you can see right here, look at this. I can try to avoid it, and as you see, it does kind of work, but, you know, all intents and purposes, you do need to dodge it. That's it, because if you try to block it or anything like that, you will take a little bit of damage, and that's the whole point. If you're taking a little bit of damage multiple times, you know, from multiple different sources, like for example right here, I mean, I just cannot block everything either, because obviously I'm being attacked from multiple angles, you know, I'm being attacked from multiple angles, I'm also attacking myself, and if I just remain on the defensive, and look at how much damage I've already taken, it's actually staggeringly shocking how much we're really taking, just purely because of the polearms. I took about, what, 5-10% from arrows, and that's obviously to be expected, because arrows, you know, that's generally what they tend to do. But when it comes to polearms, you wouldn't think so, but yeah, they're very, very good. And I'm one of those people that actually really likes the change, because as I've said, I do think, we're going to charge in here now, I do think that a polearm in a field battle situation is going to be very difficult to block. How did that guy hit me in the leg and do 20 damage? My legs are not badly protected. I have good protection there, but apparently I have worse protection in my leg than I do in my head? What's going on with that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, whatever the case, we need to we need to stay alive. We need to stay alive. We need to live. So if I actually end up dying here, we will be having to retreat again. Or at least I think so. I think that's probably going to be a retreat for us, unfortunately. But let's just see what we can do. I'm going to try to do massive damage here, at least before my forces get here, just so that we can get through the gate as soon as possible. Let's try to be a bit careful here. No gunners, no gunners. Okay, that's great. Let's just see if we can maybe make something happen here. Okay, try not to get ourselves blocked too much. Let's run up here, go into the tower, if at all possible. Okay, there we go. Nice. None of them blocking. Okay, great. They had no idea that I was coming. Yes, we were a shadow. A shadow in the dark. Or in the light, or in the... Because this is technically, actually, you know, daytime. So, yes, that doesn't really make sense. Considering also the fact that if you're actually in pitch black darkness, you can't really see shadows. Because shadows need a light source. So it makes no sense what I just said. But it's okay. We don't need to analyze that. That's alright. All we need to do is make sure that we don't die. Let's try not to get shot in the face. There we go. They're all dead. That's great. And now I can just do a little bit of... Oh, wow. Okay. I'm actually surprised that he blocked that. Okay, so my forces are... What are they doing? I can't actually see what they're doing right now. This is a little bit surprising. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. There we go. And we're going to eliminate this last guy. Yep, thankfully he missed that. Nice little thrust to finish him off. And we're going to see where my forces are. Okay, so my forces have actually gone into the main gate. As you can see, they're having some problems. Let's see if I can maybe help them out a little bit here. I'm hoping that Terra is going to come in handy. Let's see if we can inflict some damage. Maybe we can. Seems so far so good. But again, obviously, this is where we have to be very careful, because if I take damage from a lot of these polearm users, we will be in trouble. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's good, that's good. Okay, now can we move forward? Yes, we can. Let's try to be careful here. I need to get around them. Need to get to the back. Yep, that is exactly what we wanted right there. That was perfect, and I believe that's actually it for the garrison. Yes, that was a lot more difficult than I actually thought. I mean, yeah, we're winning. Yeah, you know, we're winning, of course. I mean, you'd think we would be able to at this point, but I felt like we would take very few casualties, and I felt like I would probably be able to do this with, what, I don't know, 80% HP or something like that, but that just goes to show how difficult this siege actually is once you are forced into coming up here. Because beforehand, you can just, you know, draw the enemy out, like I've shown in the last 2 episodes. We can just use the strategy where we just have the enemy's reinforcements running into us, basically. And that's good, you know, that's a good thing. That's what we want to have happen. But in this case, of course, they're stubborn. They're going to stay where they are the most defensive. And that really made a huge difference. Okay, so let's actually see what we can do here. Okay, basically no one really to worry about there. And as you can see, because of the wonderful, wonderful Doctor's Oath, we have so many prisoners. Now the question is, do we actually want to take any of them? That's the thing. I personally feel like no, because most of these are literally Ashigaru. They're not really going to be you know, coming to us with pretty much anything of massive value. And I'm just gonna leave them. I'm just gonna leave them because they're not gonna give us anything. We have 4 million in the bank right now. It is not necessary. And I don't know, 26,000. No, I'm fine with donating 26,000 right now. And there we go. Okay, so we've taken all of these guys prisoner. Somehow, have we? Have we actually taken the prisoner? Apparently we have. I am going to claim it. I'm going to claim it for myself. I did all the work. I might as well, you know, I might as well get rewarded for it. And you can see here that the prosperity in Edo is insane. Look at the prosperity. It's plus 28 every single day because of the massive amount of food. The massive amount of food that is happening right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that done, and then we're going to just remove this. And then we'll get loyalty, because loyalty at the moment is -1. That's not actually very good for us. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to actually increase the amount that we have in here as well. There we go. All right. Yes, that's looking real nice. Okay, so let's just recruit some people from here. Go into the garrison. We need to make sure that we place... yeah, I'm just making sure that I'm looking at the right people right here. Okay, so that's fine. Let's see. Anyone else? No, there we go. Okay, so we placed 9 people in there. I mean, we do have automatic garrisoning, so we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Now, just wait. Behold the massive amount of cash that we're going to be getting from this. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be very, very significant. And they will want to take this back very, very quickly. But the thing is, look at the war exhaustion. Yeah, so we're getting 23,000 now. Okay. So let me actually just have a quick look here. Because... Okay, so... Yeah, we took that. Where are they actually besieging us? Are they... Where are they besieging us? Is it back here? No. Ah, it must be over here. Very far away, actually. Yes. So yes, it's over there. So the Hojo clan are going to be making peace very, very soon. So I think what I can do is I can kind of leave Edo to its own devices. I don't think I need to worry about that too much. Did I take any of them prisoner, by the way? I don't think so. No, we didn't. Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. There you go. There's the war exhaustion coming in. And now this is what we've got. Yeah, this is what we got right here. So we're not doing too badly. Oh, hello. Yes, the UESUGI clan. I actually forgot about them. All right, let's go to Numata Castle and we'll see if we can... Oh, the Oda clan have declared war against us straight away. Okay, that's kind of interesting. I guess he wants to keep the pressure on, doesn't he? He wants to keep the pressure on. So we'll see how that goes. Now, someone actually asked me who the shogun is. Can I find out who the shogun is? How do I know? Who's the leader? How do I know who the shogun is? I don't know. Apparently I can't figure that out. I don't know how to look for that. But I am assuming it is... I don't know. I don't know what to really put in here, because I put in the encyclopedia. I put in shogun, and obviously that's... Wait. It's not this guy, right? No. It's not that guy. Okay, wait. Maybe we can actually look at heroes here. And we can look at... I actually have no idea how to really look at this. I guess we could look through the list. Okay, let's look at alive people. And maybe this is going to allow us to do this. Male, I assume. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is going to be... Yeah, well, this is going to be very, very difficult for me to... actually see this, but the question is there a title that I need to be looking for here? Because I'm assuming there will probably be, and I'm just not aware of it. I'm just not aware of what the title is, and that's the thing that's currently messing me up a little bit here. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It feels to me like we're probably not going to be able to figure this out. Maybe someone can let me know how I can work that out, but yeah, no, there's nothing here. I'm sorry. I tried to see what was going on, but yeah, no, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. Okay. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to go straight on over to the town. We're going to see if we can maybe take that. Let's have a look. Okay, vote for the owner of this. Yeah, I don't really care about any of that. No, please don't give me. Please don't give me any more fiefs. Thank you very much. I've just gotten Edo. I'm perfectly happy with that. Let's hope that Edo doesn't actually come under siege. That would be very, very bad. So let's just hope that they're going to leave that alone. We got a vassal here. I guess we could fight him. A nice little auto-resolve, I guess. Nice little easy auto-resolve. I'm going to execute this guy. Mounted Samurai, why not? We can just take a couple of those. I mean, we don't really need to expand our prisoners at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to execute him. Yeah, I'm going to execute him right now. We're getting very nice amounts of charm skill right there. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I like. You know, I like to get some charm skill. We did, for some reason, I don't actually... Oh yeah, we spec'd into social. That's the reason why my charm skill hasn't leveled up since then. So the question is, do we want to get public speaker so we can get an additional 30% renown gain from battles? I think so. Despite the fact that I personally believe that Parade is a better perk. I think this is amazing. I think Parade is one of the best perks in the game if you are doing a lot of conquering and you need to stabilize your fief's loyalty, and you're unable to do so due to your faction being stubborn with the policies and all that stuff, because they do generally tend to be very weird about that. But I'm personally going to take public speaker because I want to try to level up my clan a little bit quicker. We're also going to go for helping hands here because 2% troop recovery rate for every 10 troops in your party. That's insanely good, in my opinion at least. And we're going to take a look at our wife here. Okay, baptized in blood, show of strength. Show of strength is obviously the way to go. And let's actually go into Minowa for a second here. I'm not entirely sure what I should do here though, because I'm thinking if I don't know. If I sell, and actually I want war mounts, don't I? Yes, I forgot about that. We do need to get some war mounts. So let's have a look. Where are the war mounts? Let's have a look. Oh, we're getting very unlucky here. Apparently, yeah, no. The war mounts, there's literally only 4 of them. Wow, that is actually kind of terrible. Ah, dearie me. Okay, well, what can you do, eh? What can you do? We're just going to have to do this. And there we go. 28,000 for us right there. And we'll make our way on to the town. I obviously want to try to strike very, very deep in their territory to make sure that they are, well, they realize what they're dealing with, you know? I need them to come over to us or to lose it, basically. So, you know, it's pretty much just daring them in what kind of action they're going to take. Oh, wow, look at this. Wow, this is a crazy, crazy scene right here because we now have snow. And, well, as far as I'm aware, when it's snowing, archers tend to be very, very inaccurate. Which means we actually have a very good chance of taking basically 0 damage here. Actually, wait a minute. Wow, I actually was pretty accurate. Okay. Maybe it's damage that's reduced. I think it's damage that's reduced, actually. So maybe we're going to be... We're going to be pretty happy, I think. I think we'll probably be pretty happy with this. For some reason, I'm not able to kill this guy. There we go. Got him. Nice little headshot here and there. Got to be a little bit careful of these guys as well. Yeah, as you can see, they do basically no damage right now, which is super, super nice. Can I level up my bow skill to 225? That's the question. It's probably going to take a while. There we go. Nice. And if we can do a little bit of something here, there we go. And basically, wow, yeah, all headshots across the board right now. That is super, super nice. Usually I don't like to go in the right side. I feel like I shouldn't do that. I think the right side is a huge mistake for me because there does seem to be a lot more enemies here. And I think that could be a mistake in the long run. If I do that multiple times, yeah, that's just going to result in me taking massive damage randomly and not going to be particularly conducive to any kind of survival. So, not great. Go for a nice little throw. Oh, okay, he actually managed to survive that thrust. I'm surprised. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now we can just go along here. I know, I realize I've left a bunch of people behind me right there, but that's okay. Hopefully my forces will be able to deal with them. We've got a bunch of people on the battlements. What are my guys doing? Look at this. We're not even going up there and actually defeating them. What is happening here? Alright, well, I was kind of hoping that they'd do that when they got up the ladders, but apparently my forces just concentrated on the battering ram, which I suppose is fine. I mean, as you can see, we've lost 6 people so far, which, for me personally, I am more than happy to take. That's okay. 6 people, fine, fine, not a problem. Any more than that, and I will have a problem. I'm obviously joking. That is completely fine. Generally, even if we take 60 casualties, that's absolutely fine still. As long as we don't lose, that's all that matters. Ooh, a nice little thrust on the first initial enemies coming in here. And indeed, there is a bit of a breakout that they've got going on. Yeah, they managed to breach containment slightly here. And we're obviously going to tell our forces to charge in and deal with them just a little bit. As you can see, we've already eliminated 210, but that is nothing in comparison to how many they have in the garrison. So we're going to have to continue doing this strategy. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a different layout this time, in my opinion, because it would have been fun. You know, it would have been fun to try out different strategies with different layouts. Like, we've seen 2 different town layouts now, and I personally feel like this one is, well, as you could clearly tell, this strategy is very effective, albeit I don't really want to consistently do it, but this is probably the only way that we are going to be able to do a one-shot. Right, do a one-shot siege, gain the most renown possible. That's kind of what we want to go for here. Ah, now here's where the dangerous enemies start to come in. Oh yes, this is where we're going to have some issues. Maybe not actually, because these guys don't seem to really be focusing on me that much. I have taken some damage from them, and there are a couple of them trying to do damage, but yeah. The majority of them do seem to have taken massive damage from our slashes so far because they were just focusing on other people. It's actually... well, as you can see, I did take some pretty massive damage, but yeah, it was good that actually happened. As you see, we have 500 kills so far. I need another 260 or something like that for us to make any headway here whatsoever. So the question is, are we going to be seeing more reinforcements coming down? It does look as though that is the case, but most of them will be polearm users, which will be a very big problem. Yes, that will be very, very difficult for us. So let's see what we can do here. I'm trying to move my forces into a more defensive location here rather than something a bit more covert, and hopefully they're going to help us out with dealing with the polearms before they even get here, because we do have quite a few archers. And they are going to be doing a lot of damage. Nice damage, great. I love it. Okay, that is good. That is good. And maybe we can see what's happening here. Are we getting more reinforcements? It doesn't look as though the enemy wants to charge at us any further, which is to be expected, of course. This is about the time that they refuse to do exactly that. So what we're going to do is... Wait a minute. Yeah, it looks as though we're going to have to charge in. Ah, looks like we have some fighting going on right here on the slope. Okay, well, that's actually pretty nice, but what we are going to have a problem with here is surviving. This is going to be very, very problematic. I need to survive, though, if we are going to have any chance of doing this without significant casualties, and I don't really hold out much hope for that because the enemy is going to focus us down. That's just the reality of, you know, how Bannerlord works, unfortunately, where they kind of just know where you are, you know? they kind of just know where you are, so they're just going to be like, oh yes, I will immediately shoot at that fellow and I will try to eliminate him. That does tend to happen quite often, but that's okay. Hopefully... I mean, there's only 150 left, or should be only around 150 left, and in which case, then we will probably be victorious no matter whether I die or not. But I would prefer if we can maybe make it a little bit less painful, maybe, for us, because I don't really want to lose a lot of the troops that I've taken a long time to level up, and maybe we can just get through here. Can we please just get through here before I die? Maybe. They're actually running away. Okay, that's perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Okay, now, are they going to receive reinforcements? If they do receive reinforcements, they will spawn right on top of us round about here, so I do need to be a little bit aware of that. And I need to make sure that I'm not being shot at from any direction. No, it seems like I'm okay. Alright, how are we doing? Is this actually all we're going to be facing? Are we not going to see any more reinforcements? Ah, no, it seems like that is actually it. Oh, okay. Okay, well, never mind then. Well, me being alive is still fine because I don't really want to have a significant amount of, shall we say, morale penalty, because the morale penalty is actually kind of harsh when it happens. And I believe we're completely fine. Yes, that is it. Whew, okay. That was a bit close. That was a bit close for my liking. I mean, look at my HP, of course. It was very, very close. And let's actually see what's happening here. Oh, we got 0. Okay. Well, that's great. There you go. Okay, so let's see how much we're actually going to get. And you can see here that we look at that, 520 wounded, right? 520 wounded. The reason for that is obviously Doctor's Oath. Doctor's Oath is doing all the work right there. Anyway, 300 renown for us and 181 influence. I mean, I don't really need influence anymore. And renown is definitely what I'm looking for. So that's really, really great. 281. So nice. Let's take some more of these. I am, once again, basically just going to be leaving everything else. I don't really need anything, and you can see here that it's taking quite a while because we haven't really had the opportunity to really wait around for any time, because all I'm doing is just going straight on in. I'm just going straight on in. As soon as I've built the battering ram, boom, we're just going right on in there and doing what we can. And the question is, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to take some weapons, I suppose. And, okay, well, never mind. Apparently I took all the weapons. Great, okay. Well, let's take all of these. Let's take whatever we can from the armor, because I don't want to waste experience. There we go. Okay, nice. So we're getting a little bit there. Show mercy. I'm not going to take this one. I'm not going to take this one. I was perfectly happy to take Edo, but obviously that's a special case. And we are otherwise just going to donate some troops into the garrison here, because I don't really want to have a huge amount of random, random Ashikarus and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. I don't want to donate again. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's wait here for some time. See what happens. Maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a retaliation from the UESUGI clan. But it is a little bit unlikely. I don't really see that many siege defenses, unfortunately, in Shokuho itself for some reason. I don't know why. Although, to be fair, I do think that Bannerlord generally doesn't tend to have that many siege defenses that you can participate in. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but it's, well, it's rarer than I'd like, for me personally, because I think that they're really fun. I think they're really fun to do. Okay, so they actually want to give this to me. I do not want this, so I'm actually going to try to get this guy to get it. Oh, okay, no, he didn't get it. Okay, even though we both had 45%. Great. Okay, well, I can give it away. Obviously, I can just give it away if I want to. I'm just going to leave it for now, and we're just going to try and see if we can slap some money in there. Just try to maximize it as best as we possibly can, because, well, you know, dependent on who's going to take ownership over it after us, you know, maybe it's going to be nice for them. Hopefully it will be. Well, we've got a pretty funny thing happening here. We do have a, well, allied army. Yes, we have an allied army actually helping us here. And this is going to be a pretty interesting one, because it's the town, or should I say castle, very close to the town that we just took. And, well, as you can see, we do have a battering ram. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to be very, very aggressive here, because what I have noticed, look at this, they have no one on the outside. They have no people on the outside whatsoever defending. So this is easy mode. We can literally just come up here instantly, and no one is here to stop us. And I'm actually very surprised to see that. And all we're going to do is just slaughter everyone as much as we possibly can. Hello there, sir. Oh yes, they have no idea what they are doing. I'm not entirely sure why they didn't have any people on the battlements as it was. I mean, as you could see, I mean, we literally came up there and there were 0 people. It could be because we attacked them at night. I actually don't know whether that has any impact whatsoever. I would assume it doesn't, but let's just say, for the sake of roleplay or whatever it is, you know, story-wise, let's just say that we caught them unawares and they were sleeping. Even though I'm not entirely sure if that would really be happening, considering they have most likely lookouts, right? They're going to have some lookouts, they're going to have some sentries and things like that, and it's going to be very obvious if there is a massive army outside, basically being like, hello, we'd like to besiege you now, you know. that sort of thing. So it is quite amusing to you know, assume that they were snoozing on the job, which is, you know, unlikely. But what other explanation can we have, you know, for the fact that they weren't there? I don't know, but yeah. Oh wow, Bruce actually leveled up. Okay, that's kind of unusual. Usually he doesn't, because at this point in the game it is going to take a very, very long time to actually gain any level whatsoever. And that's just, I don't even know why that is, really. I mean, we're getting so many kills, I should technically be leveling up really, really quickly, but obviously as it stands, you know, as I say, when you get to this point, it's kind of a done deal. You kind of slow down so dramatically that you're not really going to be getting that many levels anymore. And it kind of makes me yearn for, you know, actually having a low-level character and going through the pains of getting that experience so that you can get to this point. But obviously that's the thing, you know, because then you're also going to have other issues. Like, for example, I'm not going to be able to kill 500 enemies with a level 5 character. That's impossible, unless I were to obviously just level up smithing skill by itself and then just get an extremely good weapon, and then I could power level myself like that. You know, that would be relatively simple to a degree, because obviously you're going to have to level up smithing, but leveling up smithing requires quite a few weapons, right? It requires weapons from fighting battles, so potentially you're going to have to go and fight some bandits and get some you know, resources that way. And you saw earlier in the series how shall we say, not so painless, but it was a little bit janky for us to actually get to a point where we could make a weapon that was actually somewhat decent. Because I had to, you know, continually go to the lower level resources and convert those into higher level resources and rinse and repeat that particular strategy to have anything happen. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Anyway, we did get 74 renown for this, which is, I guess, okay. I mean, it's not something that I'd be like, oh yes, oh amazing, you know, because I think without these guys actually joining us right here, we would have probably gotten, I'd say probably 200. We probably would have gotten 200 renown or something like that. So I don't know. I guess actually it's not even that bad, because if you think about it, 200 versus 70, that's not really that much of a, I mean, yeah, sure, you know, it's over 50% lost, which is kind of harsh. But if you think about it, we basically lost no people, and it was extremely fast as well. We were able to very quickly take this with very minimal casualties, and I think that's actually kind of the whole deal. I think that's kind of what you want to see. When you have an allied army, you really want people to be on your side, actually contributing in some meaningful fashion. Unfortunately for me, I will not be able to dissuade them from giving this to me, so I am actually just going to abstain from anything here, yes, from voting at all. And I'm actually going to be moving on to the nearby castle here. I'm going to try, if I can, to try and maybe even take this town over here. And this is going to be kind of, well, it's going to be kind of dependent on what this guy does. You know, because if he comes and helps me... Oh, he is actually coming and helping. Okay. Well, that might be very, very good. And as you can see, we have Senzaburo here. Senzaburo. And he has advanced in level. Let's actually get him some leadership skill, writing skill. And there we go. His intelligence also leveled up. Okay. Yeah, so otherwise, hopefully he's going to come over here and actually help us out. I think he will. Ah, we also have another... Oh, okay. We might get a field battle. We might have a field battle on our hands here. Is he going to go in? No, he's not. Okay, he sees this army and he is immediately running in the opposite... Oh, there's two of them. There's actually two armies. I'm very surprised. Okay, so they are actually going on the ocean waves. I'm not sure what they're planning on doing there, but, you know, what can I do? Anyway, yeah, we've almost got a completely filled out character here. As you can see, I basically just need one more focus point, and then every single skill that we have spec'd into is maxed out in terms of focus points, which is very cool, actually. It's very rare that I actually get the opportunity to do that. Well, not really rare as such, but more like it's so nice to see a character that is so cleanly spec'd. You know what I mean? Because usually I might do some random stuff. I might be like, oh yes, I'm going to spec into this random skill here and there. You know, sometimes I tend to do that if I feel like it. You know, maybe I feel like specking into scouting skill or something like that, you know? Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a problem because I was actually hoping that our ally would come over here, but he is being a bit ridiculous. I don't know what he's doing there, but, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm charging in because I don't want to get these guys attacking us with 800 people, or however many they have. And we're going to see what we can do. This is going to be a bit problematic, obviously, as you might expect. This is definitely not something that I wanted. Oh, hello. Oh, I see. It's this one. Okay, yeah. No. I know this one. Okay. We might have a really good shot at being able to utilize our good old classic strategy that we like to use nowadays. We might be able to have something happen there. Or, let me just see here. Maybe I can shoot that guy in the face. Thank you. And maybe we can be okay here. Hopefully not take too much damage. Nice. Nice. That guy moved forward just a little bit too much. Yeah, we're going to get shot dramatically if we decide to go up here, but I'm going to do it. Okay, here we go. Now this is the location. Yes, this is the location that I'm going to use as a path to the enemy's destruction. This is pretty much the only thing I can really think of here, because this is closed, right? It's a massive bottleneck. It actually provides us with cover as well. I can't be shot from across the way here. My forces can set up very, very nicely in the center, as you can see. Any enemy that wants to come over here is going to get completely swarmed. And, well, there isn't really much more that I can say about how positive it is to really stay in here, but that's pretty much what we're going to be going for. Unfortunately for me, I am going to have to use some overheads here for the moment. Okay. For some reason, my forces are charging out here. I told them to hold position, but I guess they're getting a little bit overzealous themselves, which is okay. That's alright, you know, as long as they move back after the fact, that's okay. And yeah, you can see here, we're going to be receiving more. Look at this, massive, massive contingent of enemy forces here. And this is it. This is the kind of thing we want to have happen. We want these guys to charge out here because they are going to be impossible to dislodge if we continue charging. We're going to take too much damage. There's going to be huge amounts of archers. It's going to be kind of a bit sticky. It's going to be a little bit unfortunate for us if we decide to go super hard here. And let's just see if we are going to get additional people coming out. Yep, we are. Okay, this is great. This is very nice. The more people that come out here, the less we're going to have to fight later. But obviously, as we've seen from other sieges, they're not just going to send out every single one of their troops. They are going to be waiting there. They are going to be stubborn with a semblance of a minimum amount of troops, right? So they're always going to have people that will be on the back foot. They're, you know, on the backbone of their defense. And we're obviously not really wanting to... Well, we don't really want to go up there too early. If we can help it. Let's actually just see if they send some more people down here. It's highly unlikely that they will. I'd be very, very surprised if they do at this point. As you can see, they're sending very, very few amounts of people. And I believe... Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this 84 is the only thing they have left. So we're going to have to send our forces in now. And we'll try to go for a nice little... Oh, no, there we go. I was actually going to go for a nice little thrust there, but no, he was going to beat me to it, so I decided to go for the wonderful block, which didn't really do much, but, you know, it was good enough. Now we can do some damage here. Now, unfortunately, because of the hitboxes, obviously, as I've said before, we are going to be hitting some of the enemy through this, and they're going to be blocking for the gate. But thankfully, it didn't really prevent us from destroying it. Yes. Oh yeah, big damage coming in. And now we just got the archer towers. Yep, as you can see, only 23 people remaining. And we've only lost 3, which just goes to show exactly, again, you see the strategy. The strategy is... I don't even understand. Now, this is the funny thing right here. I actually thought to myself when I was editing one of the previous episodes, I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't I think of this before? Why didn't I think about any of these strategies before? Because this is exactly the kind of thing you need to do if you want to survive, first of all, and second of all, reduce the amount of casualties that you have down to a minimum. Look at this. We killed 520. I personally killed 285, which, well, as you no doubt can see, is pretty simple to do in this particular strategy, because enemies are coming. You can very, very clearly just cut them down as soon as they come around the corner. And it works very, very well. And that just goes to show, you know, the right strategy really makes every little bit of difference. And that's the reason why I question myself. I question myself, like, why did I not think of this before? You know, when I was playing Shokuho before, I did every single siege across the entirety of the map with, well, very, shall we say, brute force strategies, right? Very brute force strategies, very, I don't even know if you can call them strategies, to be honest, because most of the time, what we would do is we would just try ourselves. We would try to put all of the burden on ourselves to be able to carry our forces forward. And from my perspective, I feel like that is the key for failure. There's a key for failure most of the time, because if you yourself are doing absolutely every single thing and you have no other people to help you out in a battle situation like this, you're going to have some hard times. It's going to be very, very difficult. And that's exactly what it was. Yeah. And as you can see, well, unfortunately, this guy managed to come over here at this exact moment and has done basically nothing. I think he put some people in the garrison there. Yes, he did. So I guess that's actually nice of him. Now, the town over here, which is what I'm planning on going for, let's see what happens with that. Because If we can take this and maybe distract the opponent dramatically, this would be very, very good. Okay, so what's happening here? Kasugayama has actually been under siege. Okay, that is over there. Okay, I don't really need to worry about that too much. This guy is going over there to defend. We know for a fact that there's over 1,000 troops there, or at least maybe even 1,100. Might be even more. So the question is, can we force them into a war exhaustion before they manage to take it? And I think we can. So that's what we're going to do in the next episode, or try to do at the very least. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.